Mamma mia!
Welcome everybody. This is we are live July the 20th 2018, the Arcade stream. Thank you very much, Tryon Worlds, for the host. Everybody hanging out. We've got some raffles, some giveaways to do today. Archeage 4 Arceum Legends Returns packs, as well as 4 of the Reedwind costumes. This is Arid, your host, in-game September on the Thunderwing, the Nui, and the public test server. Lots of things planned for today, and we've got a special bonus and kind of some breaking news, or at least it's breaking to me. Lots of things to discuss today in Archeage. How is everybody doing? I hope all is well. Gonna turn on the background music here. Yeah, wow. Wow.
Then you know what to do, dog. Bust a move.
Hiller Mancy, thank you very much for the sub. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope things are doing well for you. Thank you very much for that sub. Really appreciate that. Thank you everybody for the follows. Everybody in the Tryon Worlds channel, if you're interested in the Archeage giveaways, we've got for the first hour we're going to be giving away 4 Arceum packs. The raffles are going to start here in 30 minutes, as well as 4 of the new Reedwind champion costume. That's this bad boy here, being modeled by September in his bald self. Looks pretty good. I've actually got a lot of good feedback on this costume. I've had 2 people tell me privately in Discord they really want it, so I hope both of you are in this chat, because you'll have a chance to win 4 of them. Well, you have a chance to win 1 of them. You can't win all 4. All right. So what is happening? What is cracking? What is going on, my friends? Lots of chat. Lots of people are asking Muzzy what's next. What's he got planned? Well, I got some good news for everybody. Muzzy's going to be joining me in the second half hour of this stream. So sit tight, buckle up, and get ready. We're going to say goodbye to Muzzy the best way we know how. So he's going to join me here in voice, and we're going to get to know not Muzzy, the GM or the community manager. We're going to get to know Muzzy Joe Anthony. And I don't want to butcher his last name, but it's Brogden. We'll have him say it. Lots of things happening in the Archeage world. If you guys don't know, this is the first week of the Phase 4 launch. Phase 4, when we say Phase 4, we really are talking about for the Fresh Start server. Hey, Doshul. How you doing? We're talking Phase 4 of the Fresh Start, and while that mostly pertains to Fresh Start in the terminology, a lot of the changes do affect both the Legacy and the Fresh Start servers. So one of the big things that happened, and I'm kind of a fan of this, is that the Tryon or XL or whoever, XL Tryon, kind of hard to separate them two, has been making use of the gold tab on the award in the marketplace. Now, what is in here is some Arceum infusions, as well as a new addition to the loot pot world of a bound lucky elixir. It's a 60% bonus. I know that they have this in Korea, this type of loot potion. They actually have one that's even one step better than this. I believe it's 100 or maybe it's 120% loot drop buff. And they, in Korea at least, they have those on their cash shop. in one form or another. Here, I kind of like the fact that they made it available, at least in a limited fashion, for just straight up gold. On Legacy, 50 gold is not worth as quite as much as 50 gold is on the Fresh Start, but the prices are universal, and you know, 60% loot drop buff is about what I used to run with, you know, these old events. Like, you know, I had the Loot Scooper, the Lucky Quicksilver, the Grimoire, the Dwarven Elixir, the Goblin Gummies, Winter Prosperity Fireworks. That's only 3%. And then the Mystic Festival Fireworks, and then you add in a Crater Cub, and you'd get 60, 70% loot drop buff. This one potion gives you 60%, so that is a big, big boost. One of the things that Archeage has always done is they've always erred on the side of caution, and that kind of led to a lot of different buffs that do the same thing. And I think that's kind of nightmarish in one degree when you think of, well, you know, I get 5% here, 5% here, 10% there, you know, and then, of course, all these buffs stack with each other, or most all of them stack with each other. You get all these miscellaneous crazy buffs that take up a lot of your bag space. It would be really nice if, you know, you just had one buff that did all this stuff, and then that way you don't have to create, you know, in the game world, you don't have to have all these different database entries of something that essentially does the same thing. Gin Dragon, thank you very much for the bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so there's lots of new things going on, and the new Hiram stuff. There's also some packages added to the shop, and I haven't bought any of these, but here's a really good deal, especially if you're on the Fresh Start servers. This Lucky Hiram Awakening package, it basically includes 1200 prestige, 30,000 honor, and what would be essentially, let's see, Lucky Hiram Effusions times 25. Those are 400 XP per Hiram piece each. So that's essentially 2.5 of the Hiram drops. So that's essentially like 50 Hiram drops for 3,000 credits. Now, when you think of the 3,000 credits, you could also think of it as 2.25 Apex. If you're not into actually just buying credits directly. I actually did buy credits on the Fresh Start servers just to take advantage of these. This, I don't know that you can buy this more than once. It says one per account. I have heard that like these Lucky Hiram infusion potions, you can buy them one time per day. So if they had this available every day, that would be really kind of going down the pay to win mechanic. Although it's kind of a la like Fortnite does, where it says, hey, here's the llamas for today, you can buy, you know, one of them or 5 of them or whatever it is, and after that we don't want your money. In other words, you can't just drop, you know, $1,000 and buy, you know, a crap ton of these. You're gated not only in the amount you can buy per day, but by day. So there is some gates going on with that, and I think that's more of a responsible way to do it. If you're going to do, you know, what if you could only buy like 10 crates a day or something like that? That's more responsible, and it's less. I mean, it is still a pay-to-win mechanic. I mean, you got to say that, but it's more responsible way to do it, and I kind of like that they're kind of going that way. I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Jeffrey asks, "Hey, Era, do you think the monthly subscription should be lowered to $9.95 since the game is old?" That's a tough one. Muzzy. Okay, Muzzy says he doesn't have a headset on. Yeah, I'll ping you in Discord here in just a few minutes when we're ready to go. We're going to be doing the first set of raffles, which is half of the stuff I have to give away here in, let's see, 20 minutes. So let me go ahead and get the raffle timer up. That keeps me honest and focused here, so give me a second. Raffles in 20 minutes. After the first set of raffles, we're going to have Muzzy join us once again. We're going to all say our goodbyes, and we're going to get to know him a little bit better as he leaves the Tryon World complex, and it should be interesting. I've known, personally, I've known Muzzy as the Blue Muzzy in Atlas Reactor. That was the first game I started streaming, and look at all these people. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I love when people come and hang out. Makes me feel important, especially in game. But anyway, I got to know Muzzy. I got to know Muzzy in the Atlas Reactor. That's the first thing I started streaming, and you know, he's very dedicated. I just know he's going to do well no matter where he goes. So, and then since then, you know, not only does he spend what amounts to more than a full time working on Archeage while he was here, he also has his own interests. So we'll dive into that when we get him in here in about 20 minutes. So cool. Arid, you are important. Well, thank you. Karita says, I met Muzzy at Cologne at Gamescom last year. It was an honor to you. Yeah, you know, it's kind of odd because, you know, I have a lot of other interest in what you would say smaller type communities. I've always been one of those people that, I don't know, I just find I find my kindred spirits in these smaller type communities. And one of the interests I have is like UFO kind of stuff, paranormal, alternative medicine, that kind of stuff. And when you meet somebody that you've watched, you know, for years, you know, in these type of communities, even though they're not, let's say, you know, Dre or Kesha or Beyonce big, to you they are. To you they are. And you know, you get that kind of celebrity status in games. I mean, I remember like the first game I ever played, Asheron's Call, I was actually even back then I was a mod for IGN for the Asheron's Call community, and as a moderator on IGN, you know, it was kind of even then, you know, even as somebody in the community doing things for the community, even back then, when I first got to speak with it, I even forget his name, the producer of Asheron's Call about a particular subject. He responded to a thread I made, and I was just like, "Whoa, cool! Look, you know, this guy's talking, you know, about my thread." Back then, even getting a post from somebody like that was just amazing. And yeah, so I get that kind of celebrity status. It's you know, you build them up in your own mind, and it's just, you know, sometimes you even get tongue-tied typing to these people, even if you're part of that community. So yeah, I can definitely see that. Asheron's Call was very fun. Yep. Super Salty Tiger, you're amazing. Well, thank you. Hopefully that was to me. Hopefully I didn't take credit for somebody else's comment. The raffles coming up. The raffles are coming up here in 16 minutes, and we're going to be giving away a total of 4 Arceum packs. That's the $150 Arceum pack for Archeage, and 4 Reed-Win Champions costumes. The first raffle we're going to be doing, we're going to give away half of that. And then at the end of the hour, we'll give away the other two. So stick with me, guys. We'll be giving away that stuff. Everybody in the channel will have an opportunity to win via a keyword. Yes, it was you, Arid. Well, thank you, Super Salty Tiger. I hope everybody's doing well. I really, really do. I hope everybody is doing well. What I want to do for this first half hour is I am actually going to jump over to the public test server, although I see everybody is here with me on Thunderwing. I got the dancing crew from Death Gaze. Let me go ahead and switch that client, because what I wanted to do is just a throwback to what I first started doing when I first started streaming Archeage, and I didn't get that client switched. There it is. So when I first started streaming Archeage, besides making the content that I was doing, one of the things that I found so fun to do, and we talked about this last week, which I originally planned to do this last week, was do some Ionad regrading. Now this is on the public test server. I've heard this referred to as playing with Monopoly money, and although that's somewhat true, some stuff on the public test server is not easy to get. Ionads being one of them. It was almost 2 years ago, we had the commands for Ionad scrolls on the public test server, and since then, you basically have to get the Ionad scrolls to craft the Ionad items, just like you would on live.
Then you know what to do, dog. Bust a move.
Sabbath Vega, long time no see. Thank you very much for the resub. That's 2 months in a row for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sabbath Vega, long time in the channel. Hilamancy as well with the earlier sub today. But the Ionad stuff has been pretty much dried up. Thankfully for me, on the public test server, a lot of people that has stopped playing and that stockpiled a lot of this stuff, as they stop playing, they just kind of filter the more important stuff over to me. So I've had the opportunity to continue to make Ionads. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do some regrading, old school style. I'm going to do, let's see, a Gale bow, a Volcano bow, and let's do a Wave bow. Got 3 bows to do, and then...
Want some of this? Then you know what to do,
got
dog. Bust a move.
Child of Grey. That's the first time I've seen that name, so thank you very much. Welcome to the Arid fan club, the Airheads, if you will. All you new subscribers out there, please make sure you join the Discord. Let me know that you are a subscriber, and we'll get you the right permissions in Discord. If you don't have my Discord link, ! Discord, if somebody will type that in chat, that'll pop up a link for you guys. And then I'm going to unwrap all this leather stuff as Gale. Perhaps I'll do Flame. Let's do Flame stuff. I have a full set of Gales, so why not Flame? And that way, if it goes up or gets crystallized, perhaps somebody will have a use for it as Flame. Unlocking all this stuff. Lots of leather here. So we got 10 pieces to go. Long-time listener, but I'm shy. Well, thank you very much for the sub. I really, really do appreciate that. And I said this last week, and I guess it bears repeating. If you're out there and you have the Twitch Prime and you're looking to support somebody, make sure that you do support somebody with that Twitch Prime. Don't let it go to waste. If it's not me, give it to somebody else. You're playing with Amazon money at that point. It's only $2.50 to Amazon, but that support going to whoever's streaming means a lot. And as one of the few Arcade Tryon creators left, you know, I do appreciate your support more than ever. I mean, if I look at to what's going on as far as money goes, I mean, I know it's kind of it's kind of what's the right word, cliche to talk about money as a streamer, but when you look at the YouTube videos, what's going on with that, what's going on with streaming, everybody is clamoring for a little bit of money. And you know, the YouTube audience, as it goes down for Archeage, you know, doing those videos, while I don't do it for the money, it is appreciated and allows me to do like the giveaways that I do, you know, every week. The 3 Apex that I've been giving away every week for what amounts to about a year now. I was in this bag for something. It was these. Alright, we're going to be doing some regrading, some old school regrading. Let's start out with the bows. We got about 10 minutes to get these things. I'm going to take these all the way to Divine, and everything's going to at least go epic. I can tell you that, because I have red regrade charms. So I'm going to get everything to Divine, and then the fun will begin. Get that charm in there. Alright, that's 3 of them. I do like the new regrade percentages. I mean, you can guarantee yourself at least a Divine. If you're on the Legacy or the Fresh Start servers, at this point, you'd want to be using the Luckies. But in my case, I don't want to skip. I don't want to skip Divine. I want it to go to Divine, so I can have those chances at the Legendaries, the double chance. All right, so that's all 3 bows. Going to work up the armor pieces next. We got Muzzy joining us here in about 8 minutes. Well, after the Raffles, so about 15 minutes, 13 minutes. You guys are sticking around for that. Raffles coming up in a little over 8 minutes. We're going to do some quick regrading on the test server here. 10 Ionad items. Just getting everything to Divine real quick, and then we're going to start hitting these bad boys. Oh, that one was already Celestial. That came out of the crafting bench, Celestial. Man, I love when that happens. Oh, don't need a charm there. We're gonna, in hour 2, I guess I didn't really lay out what everything is going on today. This first hour, we're talking a little bit about Archeage. Mostly, we're going to kind of focus on what's new and what's changing with Archeage. And then we're going to talk with Muzzy. We're going to say our goodbyes and do some raffles. And then hour 2, we're going to talk some Hiram gear. We're going to talk some synthesizing dungeon gear. That's going to be interesting because I don't fully quite understand that, so I'm going to look into that and get some feedback from you guys. I did see some posts about how that is it's very expensive as far as gold, or more expensive than what I guess people were expecting, but it is pretty good gear. They just want more gold for it now. All right, there's everything at Divine. So Divine stuff. Now that everything is at Divine, I do have the no-break charms. If you're wondering how you make no-break charms, this is mostly for those that are on YouTube that watch this video and kind of like, where'd you get those? Well, no-break charms are made from salvaging Ethereum and Delphinod. So if you salvage, and it's not the normal salvaging, you craft with the Archeum essences special even stones called Lone Sun, Lone Moon, and Lone Star. When you craft those, you can you salvage the Delphinods and Ethereums into unique, or if they're unique or above, you can salvage them for up to 55 shards, and then you take the shards and then you turn them into, thank you very much for the bits. What was that name? Oh, that was Sweet Tart. Thank you. You take the shards and you turn them into no-break charms. You can do that if you have the high masonry profession. You can craft them. They're called anchoring. More bits, more bits. Thank you, Jen. You can craft these anchoring charms. The Celestial is made with Ethereum. The Divine is made with Delphinod items. If you do not have enough, if you don't have high enough masonry, you can make them at tier 2 or tier 3 community centers with the crafting stations. I've done a video about that in the past, but if you need a link to that, let me know. Okay, so we got 10 of these done, 10 of these ready to go. More bits, thank you, Sweet Tart, thank you, Jim. All right, so these are definitely not going to break. The no-break charm prevents crystallization, prevents destruction. So they're guaranteed to at least go up to epic. Hopefully we get at least one legendary. Mathematically, we should get one legendary, right? But we'll see. There's 3 fails on this item. We'll go up to 4. 4 fails in a row on that one. We're going to switch up to the next one. More bits between Jen. Okay, that one went straight up. Good for that. All right, the next item up is the Volcano Bow. That goes to epic. So that Gale Bow was being a real bastard. It ate 4 of these. There it goes. Sweet Tart, Jen battling out for the bit champion. Although somebody could swoop in at any time and put you both out of the race there. All right, so next we're going to move up to the Ionat Gale Breeches. This is before I decided that I wanted to go flame. All right, those went straight up. The Flame Jerkin, it went straight up. Wow, I'm doing really well here after those initial failures. Flame Guards, 1 try, 2 tries. There's always got to be a rotten apple in every batch, right? We gave that one 3 tries. Let's go to the another Flame Jerkin. I don't know why I made 2 of the same things. Uh-oh, we're on a bad luck streak here. Sweet Tart with the more bits, num 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 num. Kind of the Pac-Man, num num num. That's the sound effect I should put in there. I wonder if that's copyrighted. The waka waka waka. Kentry, thank you. Kentry, Ismail Me Gaming. Oh, we're gonna have a bit fest. Thank you very much. Kentry, Ismail Me Gaming, how you doing? Flame Guards, try 1. Try 2. Epic. And I am out of no breakers. I got a few more in the bag here. Or no, I'm out of scrolls, not out of no breakers. Brasse, hey, how you doing? Gin Dragon, thank you for the bits. Brasse, Brasse, Brasse. Brasse the Dwarf. That is our new community manager. You found me. I could not hide any longer. Our temporary new community manager, right? Could not hide any longer. That's my best Scottish accent. Sorry if I offended anybody with it. That's 4 fails on that set of guards. 5 fails on that set of guards. 6 on that set of guards. 7. Math. 8. God bless that thing. That thing is cursed. Well, we will call it an interim. They may not want to give you all up. Brasse. Brasse. We got Muzzy coming up after these raffles. Let me see if I can get this bad boy up to epic real quick. Come on, there we go. All right, it is essentially raffle time, so we'll roll those epics after these raffles. I'm going to go ahead and get that popped up and going. I'm going to go over to Nightbot, and the raffles are going to be done.
Mamma mia, that's some spicy meatball.
The raffles are going to be done with a keyword, and I'll give you that keyword here in just a minute. Let me get a window open. There it is. All right, we got the raffle system popping up here, guys. For this first set of raffles, we're going to be giving away 2 Arcane packs and then 2 of the Read-Win Champions costumes, courtesy of Try-On Worlds. It's hard to keep up with all these bits. Sweet Tart and Cantry, thank you very much. Or is it Canteri? Thank you very much for the extra bits. Giveaways, keyword. We're gonna do the keyword. All right, we're ready to go. If you guys are interested in winning 1 of 2 Arcane packs or 1 of 2 Read-Win Champion costumes, you're gonna have to type the keyword, and the keyword for this first raffle is going to be in honor of Joe Anthony Brogdon. Muzzy. Please type the keyword. The keyword is Muzzy. Get yourself into the raffles right now with the keyword. Let me see it fly. Muzzy. $77 people in there, still climbing. 88 people in there. All you have to do is type the keyword. The keyword is Muzzy, highlighted here in blue. Type that keyword. We'll get you in there. Let the Muzzies fly. Two Arcane packs, courtesy of Try-On Worlds. Those are the $150 packs. Those are the big boys. You know what saddens me about this raffle is when I do them, I don't get to enter. And I tell you what, I've won that thing twice in my life. I've been playing for 3 years, so you know what? It's a nice boost when you win it, man. And if you, with the credits for those Hiram things, man, boy, I could definitely use that. 112 people in there. How many people's in the stream? Only 200? Wow. Only 200 people. That gives you a very good opportunity to win this package. Make sure you type the keyword. The keyword is Muzzy. M-U-Z-Z-Y. We're going to roll all 4 winners. Here, if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, when that timer gets to 34:30, I'm just going to start rolling. So you got about 30 seconds left. Gotta type the keyword, Muzzy. Slide that bar over for extra luck. I know. Normally, in the subscribers do get a double chance in all my raffles, but those are the prizes that aren't exclusively from Try-On. The Try-On creator codes, I can do that, and the Apex, I can do that, but not these. Good luck, everybody. The winner of the first Arcane pack is Lollipolly. Or Polly. Lollipolly, congratulations. You won yourself an Arcane pack. And thank you very much for being a follower as well. And as you can see here, I am recording the names here. The next winner, this is another Arceum pack, is going to be M16 Noob 3. Congratulations, you have won yourself an Arceum pack. I am jealous. Congratulations. M16 Noob 3. Here's the one that I know a lot of people would like to win. The Reed Win costume. This is the Reed Win Champion costume. I've got 2 of those to give away. This is what it... Oh, no. Oh, no. The marketplace was not updated on the PTS. So let's go over to North America. This costume. This costume. Got 2 winners coming up. Winner number... Yeah, M16 Noob 3 says, no way. I know. Disbelief. I cannot believe it. Congratulations. Winner of the first costume is... Discord Kiona. Congratulations, you have won yourself a Reed Win Champion costume. And yeah. Let me get that entry here. Boom. Discord Kiona. Congratulations. Chicks with horns, but not to wear. We got one more winner for the champion costume, Reed Win Champion costume, and that is going to be Luke. Luke 69. Congratulations. That's a normal person in my channel. Congratulations to Luke 69. All right. We're going to get Muzzy in here. I need to ping him on Discord. And I'm going to wait for him to show up, and we're going to go back and finish up these regradings while I talk to Muzzy. Got some questions from Muzzy. Hopefully... Oh, check my Discord for the costume. Oh, yeah, let's share this with the community. This is the Furion. You already got it. Congratulations, Jin Dragon. That's a pretty good screenshot right there. I love the Violet Bloomfang. Kind of just hanging out. Oh, Muzzy. How do I drag you in? Oh, got it. There you are. Hey, how you doing, Muzzy? Joe. Can I call you Joe?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm trying to make sure that we can hear you through these headphones. Doesn't seem like I can. It's on... Maybe it's because I'm on the wrong computer. I haven't done this with an outside source. We have it directly set up to Tryon in Austin.
Tryon in Austin, and you're in California. How does that work?
I'm going to try plugging this headphone into the... Aired, say something?
I am saying something. 1, 2, 3, rocket launch.
Yes, sir. That was nice and loud. Turn down a little bit. Jesus. Okay. Well, thank you so much. How's it going, Aired? Hey, everybody.
This is Muzzy. Do you mind if I call you? Are you still going to be Muzzy?
Oh yeah. I was Muzzy long before here. What? I've been Muzzy since I was a kid.
You were the blue Muzzy though.
I was, yeah.
And what people don't know is you have a brother who is the orange Muzzy.
He's actually the green Muzzy.
The green Muzzy.
Yeah, he tried orange because he likes the Miami Dolphins, so he went green and orange, and then he decided, okay, I'm just going to stick with the green Muzzy. So he had 2 for a while.
And can you say your last name for me so I say it right when I say it?
Sure. It's Brogno, B-R-O-G-N-O, Brogno.
Brogno, so the G is silent, kind of?
Yeah, it's Italian. The other way you can do it is you can say Brogno if, you want to butcher it.
That's exactly what I did earlier.
Well, I heard like Joe Brogan, Joe Brogo, Joe Brongo. Like I've had every iteration of that name. It's fine. Joe Brownie. Yeah, there you go.
Joe Brownie. Nice. Okay, so they're asking me to turn you up. Let me do that, and I'll actually just kill the music for this segment. Make sure that I can crank you up to 200%.
Whoa, that's a lot of Muzzy.
That's a lot of Muzzy. 200% Muzzy right there.
Bongo, I've had that one too. Super Salty Tiger.
All right, so what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to hammer you on your last day with Archeage questions.
Okay.
Although I think it's fair that we ask some if they come up. So do you want to say anything? And we don't have to, mind you. We don't have to. I literally woke up and found out that there are some changing winds with Tryon Worlds right now, and that affects us directly, us Archeage players, I should say, in two ways. One, with you leaving, which we knew about a few days early, but another thing with Celestrata Seraphine and Celestrata Brennan.
Want some of this?
That is.
Then you know what to do, dog. Bust a move.
That is something that is going to. Thank you, Luciferith. I just saw that name pop up. Thank you very much for the sub. That is something that it's going to affect us as Archeage players. She was our community manager, and then I felt like she climbed the ladder, and I knew of her all the way back to Asheron's Call. So. But I don't have a personal relationship with her, at least not in the way you and I do.
I can tell you a couple things about her. When I came into this position, I already had a tremendous amount of respect for her work ethic and her abilities. And she trained me, and she helped me understand the Archeage community in a way that, like, I wasn't going to be able to get that knowledge, as quickly as I did without her. She's fantastic. It's definitely sad, but I think that I want to call for a massive amount of respect for all of the Tryon employees who are affected by this, including the ones who were not directly affected. We're all affected. It was hard, but it happens, especially in the industry. But I will say that I think that all of them are incredibly talented and will land on their feet because. That's how they got jobs in the first place. They know what they're doing, and their work ethic is like none other. When you're working at a studio that is trying to get a lot done with as little resource as possible, then you're going to get people who are going to be more creative and more hardworking than you can even imagine.
Yeah, and I've noticed that. When you're in a small company like Tryon Worlds, it's a relatively small company compared, to some of the other game shops.
We're not a behemoth, correct?
You have to, and I've been in this situation myself, you have to wear many hats. Excuse me. You have to wear many hats, and we saw that shuffle happen at Tryon Worlds. For instance, you started out as the Atlas Reactor community manager, and then we had Moby as the Tryon creator manager, and now he's the Atlas Reactor. We've seen that shuffle with the employees all the time, and it speaks volumes of what you all can do, because you slid into a game that is. Archeage is beyond complicated, and it
is so deep. There was so much, and I've got about 1,800 hours in the game in the past year. It's actually been just over a year now, and I can say that there's no way I would have gotten to the level I am of understanding without an amazing team who knows the game really well and plays on a regular basis, and also the community. Even if you did give me a lot of shit, guys, and trust me, I understand and I appreciate it. You also gave me a lot of hope and a lot of lessons. I had people who would show up in game and teach me things, drop in my Discord and teach me things. I'd ask questions, and I'll tell you right now, it's definitely nerve-wracking to be a community manager for a game and know less than your players do, and to have to go, hey guys, this is a lot of humility here. I don't understand this system. can you guys please explain this to me? And then I would get like 30 or 40 people literally jumping up and giving me, you know, DMs and wanting to meet me in game and explaining the situation, pointing me to forums for articles that they had written and stuff. It's amazing. There's so much tribal knowledge in Archeage, and the community does such a great job of onboarding. You guys did fantastic. I really do appreciate that.
And I also felt like, at least initially, you, and even lately, you honestly, you relied a little bit on the knowledge base of your peers, like Celestrata. I mean, how many times a day did you actually have to talk to her about some crazy something, you know, some off the wall thing that somebody's asking you?
Her, Tinin, Sock, Kendall, who everyone knows as Quill, and so many other people. Merv, like I'd walk into Merv's office, I'd be like, "Listen, man, you got to do me a favor, and I want to understand what was the history of the guilds in your time, because I need to understand the evolution of that stuff and like where some of these memes came from, even because meme knowledge alone is half of being a community manager in this game. I swear." And they were all fantastic about it. They understood. They helped me out a lot, and I easily, like multiple times a day, writing articles or patch notes or anything like that. Understanding anything about this game required me to tap into that tribal knowledge from the staff and from you guys, you know, the communities. I appreciate it from everybody.
I'm showing a meme right now in game. I don't know if everybody can see that. I am standing under the famous Krolin versus Taco picture.
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah, so I can imagine that it's been an amazing ride. Are you prepared to talk about what you're going to do next in life?
Yeah. I want to make this very clear first before we go any further. I'm not leaving because I didn't like my job. Much the contrary, I liked it a lot. I was surprised. As you guys know, my first community management position was on Atlas Reactor, and then I was pushed onto Archeage, arguably the most difficult game to CM for at this studio. And it was tough, but they trusted me enough, and you guys were awesome enough to help me through that. But I had spent 9 years previously at Nickelodeon as a CG environment supervisor, where I was creating tangible results every single day. I could see the progress that I made every single day. And so I miss that. That is something that I really like. And you don't get that too much out of being a community manager. It's a lot of this ephemeral stuff where I talk to somebody and I feel like I really connected with them. I learned something and then I pass that information on to somebody else. And I see people get passionate about it, whether it's positively or negatively, they're still passionate about it, which means they care. And there's a lot of psychological progress that's made. And I've learned so much being a community manager about how to communicate and how to deal with negative stuff and how to prioritize tasking, because this job is primarily tasking oriented, like managing you're spinning 40 plates at a time. You guys see what I'm currently doing. You guys see the result of something I was doing last week, but you don't see the 7 or 8 things that I'm doing to prepare for next week and next month and 6 months down the line. So there's a lot that goes into this, but in the end, I'm really very passionate about creating, which is one of the reasons why I love you guys, the creators. And I tried to give you as much support as I had time for. Hosting, part of the reason I was okay with the fact that we were going to be streaming less was because I got to define the fact that the remaining streams that weren't going to be ours were going to be creators. I was very excited about you guys who are also passionate about creating. So my next job is for me to continue down that line of creating and making a tangible physical product that I can feel, touch, see, and then send out in the world, and then other people can experience me through that. So I'm going to be a game designer on a new project that is still in the Bay Area. So I'm going to stay in this area, which is great because I get to come hang out with all the friends that I've made here at Tryon. But I'm going to be a game designer and a UX designer and also a 3D artist again on this cool project called the Play Table, which is essentially a giant tablet that we're going to be digitizing well-known board games and even some of my own personal designs or future designs onto this tablet, and it's very big. It's like a large monitor laid on its side that is specifically made for being a touch screen so that you can play board games on it, which is, it's right up my alley. If you've ever seen any of my streams, I stream board game design. So the other cool thing that it does is it works with IoT, Internet of Things, where you can actually take an object, put an RFID chip on it, and put it on the screen, and it will recognize what that object is. Not only recognize it, but it might, do some sort of an effect. It can track where it is on the screen. It can, if you're within a certain range, it starts doing measure. There's so much I get to play with in a physical space, in a digital space, which is absolutely the combination of all of my passions and skills. So I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a blast.
And if you guys don't know, if you've never watched a Muzzy board game stream, which a lot of times he has like Naomi, who's a full-time Twitch streamer, as well as Moby and just various other people. I don't even know how you even get invited to a Muzzy board game, but
you show up. That's all you got to do is show up.
Show up. So make sure that are you still going to be doing that in any type of regular basis, or is it going to be kind of just when you have a chance?
I'm a partner streamer, and I'm the worst partnered streamer because I don't have a schedule. So I stream. I used to stream a lot, and now I stream much, much less. But over the past the past week or so, I've been streaming almost daily because I've been working on finishing up a project so I can pitch it to a company, hopefully for publication. But given the fact that I'm going to have a new job, as everyone knows, when you go to a new job, you have to, you have to pay your dues. So I may be working a lot. I may be working a lot, which means I may not have time for streams, but I'm definitely going to try, especially on the weekends, again, depending on what my insane schedule may be like, or what I feel I need to put in order to, hit the ground running with a new team and a new project. But basically, like, show up to my streams. If you follow me at twitch.tv/TheBlueMuzzy, I hope you don't mind that I just called that out.
No, not at all. And I'm going to actually put a link to your channel here. And
yeah, if you follow me, I will, when I do stream, I generally put in the title either a design stream or a prototype stream or a playtest stream. And sometimes it's all three of those things. But just show up and show interest. And yeah, eventually you'll be able to playtest one of my designs. And be really excited.
Can you say the company that you're going to work for once again? Because
sure. I actually didn't say. It's called Block Party, VLOK Party.
Okay.
And I'm going to be working on a project called the Play Table, which is one word. The
Play Table, and that is basically the best way I can describe it is an oversized tablet that is actually a big table, kind of like I know some of the people out there might not know what we're talking about, but the old arcade games like the Pac-Man, where you'd sit down and you'd have two people, tabletop gaming.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a giant tablet specifically made for the digitization of board games, so it'll be pretty cool.
I really like that idea of them putting RFID chips in the pieces. That allows for a lot of cool things. I'd imagine you can even do elevation with that, like ladders, and know that the piece is actually, on the Z-axis at some degree. And that's really interesting. I definitely want to look into that.
I can do that in 3D on the screen as well, so the board might look like it drops away a little bit, so I get to do some of the 3D modeling too. I'm really excited about this process. It's going to be fantastic. I do have to say I have a 1-minute warning because Atlas Reactor is up next.
Oh, you're getting booted out of the room. Oh, wow. Okay. I want to say thank you, Muzzy. It's been a real pleasure working with you, and actually everybody at Tryon thus far. And although my relationship with Tryon is not ending, I also hope that my relationship with you doesn't end. So
I don't think. I do want to say in my Discord, I have also an Archeage channel that people have been discussing in, and I don't plan on closing that down. I think that it's important for you guys, if you've developed a community there, that you can continue it. Now, if it fades and everyone leaves, that's fine. But I found that it's been a great place, like your own Discord, for really even-keeled discussion and testing and stuff like that.
Well, once again, can we, everybody in chat, can we get some hashtag Muzzy as a way to say goodbye to our current, now former, the Blue Muzzy? And thank you for joining me this half hour. And thank you for the prizes. I will get you that full list here in about 10 minutes.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, my day is not over yet, so I still got to do some of that. Thank you, guys. It has been a pleasure, and stay in contact. You guys can find me on, my Twitch channel at the Blue Muzzy on Twitter, which some of you have already found me. Just come say hi. I'm not really gone. I'm not dead. I'm just, not here. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in, and be well.
Thanks so much, Eric.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. That was the Blue Muzzy with Tryon Worlds, our current and former. How does time work? Current and former community manager. Thank you, everybody, for showing the love for the Blue Muzzy or Muzzy or Joe. Wow, he said his name and I completely forgot it. It was Broden. Ah, damn it. Joe the Bro. How about that? Joe the Bro, Joe the Brownie, the Muzzy. Thank you very much for hanging out, and thank you very much for the gifts and letting us know what you're into, as well as what the shuffle is going on there at Tryon Worlds. I thought a lot of people might be kind of worried, and I did get a little bit of that as I woke up today. Does this mean Archeage is dead? I don't think we necessarily need to go down that negative path. If you look at what has happened with game industries in the past, what's been happening at Tryon Worlds, Tryon just spent a lot of money to, well, I don't want to say spent a lot because I don't know what they spent, but they had to spend a decent amount to buy Gazillion, or portions of Gazillion, which published the game Marvel Heroes. So they're not actually buying, they wouldn't be spending money like that unless they saw the upside. Companies are companies in that they need to continue to adapt and grow. One of the things that happened, and you guys can all think about this, is Tryon actually did lose a game this year. That was Devillion. Now, Devillion was being published or developed, I should say, by Bluehole Entertainment, which is the company that makes PUBG, or Players Unknown Battleground. With the success of Players Unknown Battleground, Bluehole shifted its focus to only Players Unknown Battleground, and that meant Devillion got the axe. Now, what did Tryon do? They didn't fire everybody that worked on Devillion. They found a home for as many as they possibly could. But as their portfolio shrinks and grows, the positions that are available to those that are willing to work there, that didn't sound right. Those that are working at Tryon will also shrink and grow. And it's unfortunate when we lose, as what I'm getting at is what I mentioned earlier, where each one of those people at Tryon, they wear many different hats, and when their portfolio shrinks, it's inevitable. But they didn't do it right away, and I hope they gave everybody a fair notice that hey, look, we don't have as many positions, and we have to downsize a little bit. And I hope they left everybody on good terms. I don't know the particulars in the situation, but the people that have left the Tryon Worlds, they're not burning bridges. They're doing it in a respectable way, and that says something about the company. And if you follow Scott Hartzman, that also says another thing. He's very passionate about paying people what they're worth. And I just ran into some weird... Oh, someone's playing music. He's very passionate about paying developers and giving developers their due. I see that on his Twitter feed. So I don't think anybody's leaving on bad terms, and you know, it is what it is. But I really appreciate Muzzy hanging out here. We got some more raffles coming up here in less than 3 minutes. And Dark Century played a song for us here. All right. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit so I can hear myself think. It's a little bit louder on my end than it is on yours. All right, so we got 3 minutes before, 2 minutes now before the raffles. What we have is 2 Arcane packs and 2 Reedwind champion costumes. 2 more courtesy of Tryon Worlds. And I know this hour I didn't get much chat read. Joe Brono? I know. I just have to hear it like 30 more times, and then I'll get his last name correct. I didn't play a thing. No, you followed me, Dark. I was just reading the messages, and your name was the last one. It was actually requested by Kito Kurosaki. So that's the song that is currently playing. I had just had to turn it down because it was blaring in my head. All right, so what was happening while Muzzy was talking? Did you guys see that I actually ended up with, I still got 2 more of these epics to hit, but I got 2 legendaries and 1 mythic, which is way above the percentages, so Muzzy was some good luck in that regards. We got 2 more to hit. These are all Ionad epic items. This is a set of flame guards. The first one crystallized, second one crystallized, and then we've got a set of shoes, flame boots. So out of 10, we got actually 3 of them with positive motion here. We got 2 epics, a Gale bow, Gale breeches. I don't know why Gale always goes up for me. I don't know. It's my lucky thing. I didn't have that hard of a. It wasn't too difficult for me to get a full set of Gale legendary for my alt here, and I've had good luck with Gales. I don't know why. Gale has been good. We did get a Mythic Flame Belt, and I'm just gonna roll all of it because you know what? If it crystallizes, who cares? I have yet to get an internal anything on the public test server.
Mamma mia, that's some spicy meatball.
Let me go ahead and hit this stuff, and then we'll do those raffles. Shouldn't take too long. All right, so we're going to do the Gale bow first. I'm out of shards here. Let me get some more of those. Superior Reds. There we go. All right, let's do this Gale bow. It could be my first ever Eternal grade. Haven't seen one yet. I've blown up well over 40 legendaries or crystallized them. Just have not yet had that Eternal luck. Could today be the day? Let's find out. Nope, not on the bow. We can just do this bad boy. This is a Mythic Flame Belt. Nope, no luck there. I didn't use a lucky scroll because it wouldn't have mattered. It can only go up 1 step. And then the last item, the Gale breeches. Here we go. Everything crystallized. That's okay. We can use that as Aranor fodder on the public test server. Put this stuff away, and then we're going to do some raffles. All right, all right, all right. Got some $150 packs courtesy of Tryon Worlds. Thank you for that. Oh, those can't go in there. All right, let's switch over. All right, and in honor of our new community manager, we're gonna do some Brasse giveaways. Let me get to the giveaway board. Giveaways, keyword. All right. All right, you Archeage friends. Let's do these giveaways. I'm constantly looking for tabs to click on. You guys have already figured it out. If you guys are interested in winning one of two you're interested in winning one of two Arcane packs or one of two try on or read win champions costumes, please type the keyword. The keyword, as you've already surmised, is Brasse, B-R-A-S-S-E. S-S-E. Yep, there you go. It's highlighted here in blue. B-R-A-S-S-E. Brasse. Get some Brasse love out there. By the way, if you're new here, make sure that you stop in and take my current poll. This is the last week for that poll. I would just asking you a real life question about what you would do for the world if you could do something. And given those options, what would you do? Please make sure that you take the poll before you leave today. Got 114 people in the raffle. Let's look at the up timer. We're at 1 hour 6 minutes, 40 seconds. When that gets to 1 hour 7 minutes and 30 seconds, we're gonna roll. Era, the E in Brasse is silent, so it's Brasse. Brasse. You're trying to get her to play on Thunderwing? That'd be the server to go to, right? Because that's where everybody's at. That or the fresh start. We got 10 seconds left. B-R-A-S-S-E. Get in there. All right, we got two winners coming up first for the Arcane packs. This is the $150 Try-On World package. Good luck, everybody. The third winner for today of this item is Raffle. Congratulations, Raffle. Raffle won? Congratulations, you have won. Arcane pack. That's big money, man. Congratulations. All right, the second and last winner for the Arcane pack is RPG Master Rob. RPG Master Rob. Congratulations, you have won the $150 Try-On World Arcane package. Before everybody goes and everybody that has won today, make sure that you have followed Try-On Worlds. So that they can whisper you in the Twitch whisper system. That is the way that they will contact you. I'm going to put a link to the Try-On Worlds channel here. Make sure you go over there and follow them so that they can adequately whisper you. Especially if you've won the Arcane packs, they need to know, do you want the Fresh Start version or the Legacy version? So you're going to need to communicate with them. Please give them a little bit of time. There is some changing going on over at Try-On, but if you do not hear from them by, I don't know, by next Friday, you know, you can reach out to me and I can reach out to them, but make a post, contact them, let them know that you won and you want your prize. They are very good at getting them out. I've never had a problem myself. All right, we've got 2 more winners to pick. This is for the Reed Win Champion costume. This one, I know a lot of people want it. Let's find out who's going to get 2 of them here right now. Hardy on stream. Man, congratulations, subscriber and a follower of my channel. Thank you very much for that, but congratulations to Hardy on stream. You got yourself a champion costume. Now, if we see Jin Dragon here, oh man, that's when you would call rigged. Congratulations, Hardy on stream. 1 more winner. Let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Swizzards. Wow. Lots of my normal channel people are winning. Congratulations, Swizzards. You won yourself the Reed Win Champion costume. There you go. Once again, if you were wanting to know if you won, if you didn't win, the 4 winners for the Arcane packs is Loli Poly, M16 Noob 3, Rafagata 1, and RPG Master Rob, all winners of the Arcane packs. The Reed Win Champion costumes are going to Discord Kiona, Luke 69, Hardy on stream, and Swizzards. Normally I would just roll right into the next hour, but I have to take a small break because somebody was at my door and I don't know what that was about. It's my stream time. So I'm going to take a short break. We're going to come back with hour 2 of Archeage. We're going to talk about working on Hiram and everything else about Archeage. So stick with me and I'll be reading chat here in the next hour and catching up with you guys. So give me just a few minutes for a short break and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and that is the wrong client. I'm going to be playing on Thunderwing this hour. The next hour, I may go over to the Newly server, check in on my fresh start character. But for this hour, we're going to be playing on the Thunderwing server. We're going to talk about some of the investments that I made, how those are paying off, how the game has changed with this last update. Here we go. I am, if you guys want to come hang out, if you don't know where I live, my house is in Halo Hollow on the Solus Headlands. If you happen to be of the Pirate or the Nui Persuasion, Player Nations Persuasion, guess what? It is festival period, so you're welcome to come hang out. This is my house. This is Halo Hollow over here, which you can't see. Halo Hollow, my house, Ostera. There you go. Come hang out, say hi. All right. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the stream. This is Arid. I am your host for this hour. With me, I don't have any special guests, so it's just me. If you have air coins, you can redeem them and become a special guest host. Air coins are earned just simply by being here and clicking on the little boxes as they pop up. You can gamble your air coins however you want to do it. You can earn air coins, and you can put in a redemption. And the redemption, you can be a guest for 10 minutes and we can talk Archeage together. Just check and make sure I don't have any redemptions. I don't. I completely missed that. Brasse donated $5. Wow. Thank you for the great stream. Enjoyed you greatly. Here, have a beer on me or your beverage of choice. All right. Well, thank you very much, Brasse. I'm sorry I don't know why I missed that, but thank you very much. Brasse, $5 donation. Wow. Now I know where to run an alt. Yeah. Oh, by the way, my house on the Thunderwing server is public. If you are looking for a armorsmith house, this has been on public since I built it. So it is available, and we also have a fellowship. It's not mine. This is, I think it's Trevor's. Well, the name on it is Topic, which is a good person as well. But yeah. Or Terralore. I said Trevor. I meant Terralore. So there's a fellowship over here, and then a public house here. I'd like to maybe one do like a trader used to do, where he'd have a public, he had a fellowship, and then a public apothecary, a public fertilizer house, and a public armorsmith house. But I just haven't done it. Verity and Childing, welcome. I cannot type. Smash Mac asked, does Trader still play? What's his gear score like? 1700. I don't know that he still plays. I think he changed his name at some point. If you look at the gear scores, he's not even up there. I haven't seen his name in the gear score ranking for a long time. I don't know what's happened to him. I've got some people to ask. I heard that he went over. I heard that he switched servers and joined some player nation, and that's the last I heard of him. I was in the same guild as him for a while, but I don't know what's happened to him. If he changed his name, where he's at, I don't know. I'm currently on Thunderwing server right now. So anyway, guys, if you guys are following my YouTube content, I've done a lot of content lately about larceny. Also talked a little bit about investments. So let's take a look at how well I've done and how well my advice has been. So the big change with the larceny was the silver crates. They started dropping like candy. They are down to 1 gold a crack. The old crates are probably worth a little bit more because of the fire lunarite. Let's see if there's any of those left. 2 gold. And that's even, like, these guys got these 100 stacks. I mean, you got to understand that with, like, a gear score of mine, I could pull 200 crates an hour. I've already proven that. Well, at least on the public test server, which has a higher gear score, but I could do it with this character as well. At a certain point when you're AoE farming, it's a matter of resets on how long it takes for the skills to reset, and less a matter of your gear score, because you just go, you're fine. You just kill everything anyway. Anyway, so if you can get 200 crates an hour, that's 200 gold an hour, not to mention what you're getting out of the coin purses. And I think the Jester crates, the Prince crates, the Queen's crates, all that is pretty much in the garbage right now. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret that I found last night, so I'm going to completely ruin it. So, but I want to finish looking at these silver crates. I want to see what the old ones are going for. I mean, it's crazy, right? Look at all these crates, man. Thousands of them. How many are actually selling a day? 6,000 sold day 2. Nearly 2,000 day 1, so 8,000. We're up to 13,000 of these crates. That's 13,000 silver keys that have been needed. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The old silver crates are up. They've dropped from like 13 gold down to like 7.5 gold. These do have a higher chance at fire lunarite and tier 2 lunarite. So they are a little bit more valuable, but they do give less gold. Straight up gold. Gin Dragon AFK, kid stuff, no problem. Do you visit any other servers? If you're talking to me, Badate, I play on the Nui server, the Thunderwing server, and the public test server. I am on the Thunderwing server right now. Those silver crates will be worthless in a few days. Dropping in price half each day. I think 1 gold is probably where they're going to bottom out at. Jackson 41, hi, do you recommend this game to fresh start? Is it pay to win? The game has a strong pay to win element, yes. That being said, you can actually play the game. If you have more time than you have money, then you can definitely put in the time and make, you know, not spend anything. You know, I always talk a little bit about how much I spend on it. The first year of Archeage, I spent like $1,000. The next 2 years of Archeage, I spent nothing. Once I got my character to the level that I wanted, and I learned how to make gold, I then basically free play Archeage as a patron through in-game gold. I earn gold, buy Apex, and pay for my patron that way. That being said, I still do buy things. Most notably, I did spend $100 on credits yesterday on the Fresh Start server to take advantage, because the Fresh Start server, my character is still up and coming, and honestly, I haven't paid for patron subscription there either. So giving them $100, which now that equates to like $200 in the Fresh Start server I spent between the daily credit packages and this $100. So I have spent a little bit on that, and it's just because I am working on getting my gear up on that character. But at a certain point, I won't be spending any money there either. And that's just up to you, man. You know, you can definitely pay to win, and a lot of people are. And you can get upset and mad that you're not keeping up with the people that are paying to win. But I am of the opinion that you only spend what you can reliably live without. You know, it's an entertainment type of thing. If you can control yourself, you don't have to go broke playing Archeage. But anyway, these new things that are out, this right here, this is a very, very good deal. The Lucky Hiram Awakening Scroll, I mean, you're basically getting 1,200 prestige, which is like, I don't know, if you earn, what, 50 prestige a day, conservatively, maybe you can earn a little bit more, but I'd say around 50 is doable. 1,200 prestige is 60 days. That's 2 months worth of prestige you can save just on that alone, not to mention the fact that you get 25 of the 400 Hiram infusion potions, which is for the Fresh Start, that is like 75 drops worth of XP on the armor. I mean, that's a lot of XP. That's several hours worth of of grinding that it saves, and then you also get the decrystallization scrolls, which are available for honor for 1,000 honor each. So that's, or 10,000 honor each. So that's 30,000 honor. That's quite a chunk of honor. That gives you the opportunity to use the 10%, awakening chances, and if you get lucky, you know, it saves you a fair bit of those awakening scrolls, which are not in that bag. I've been doing my dailies, man. Where are my awakening scrolls? Oh, they're down here. They're already in my bag. So you could go like use the 10% instead of the 50%, because if it gets crystallized, you got those scrolls for free, essentially. So you can crystallize up to 3 items. You know what I mean? So why not? You know, even though it's a lower percent chance, if you get lucky, you're not out anything. Those are untradeable, so it's not like you can do anything else with it. Hey, Shoot Who? Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you guys showing up. I have your phonograph. Oh, you do? Was that... Could you pick that up? How'd that work out? Anyway, I want to talk about the investments. Is it worth it to buy the Bound Lucky Elixir? I think it is more if you're on the fresh start. Well, I guess it depends on your gear score. Like how many Hiram pieces can you get an hour? That's the question. So on the fresh start, I'm about 10 pieces an hour now. I've had a couple. I've had at least 1 hour where I pulled over 20 after this event ended. But typically I'm earning 10 pieces an hour. So one of those potions is like a little over 2 drops an hour because they're 400 XP, whereas the drops are 150 XP. So 1 drop is, you know, like 2 and 2.25 drops. So 5 potions is like the 5 potion bundle here. This is like, you know, an hour's worth of work. A little over an hour's worth of farming for 400 credits. So I could spend 1 Apex and buy 3 of these, although you could only buy 1 of these a day. But you could buy 1 Apex and have 3 days worth of these, and that saves you 3 hours, maybe 4 hours worth of farming-ish. 3 hours-ish. But this is definitely worth it, you know, because not only are you saving 4 hours, at least I would be saving like 4 hours of farming, 4 hours of loot potions, but I also get 3 of the super quills or the super awakening enchants, and I'm going full Hiram on the fresh start, so I need as many opportunities as awakening as I can get. So yeah, you know, it is worth it to me. Look at these people with their awakening stuff. I do need to do an awakening. I guess I could do one. I've got my I've already awoken 1 item. Oh, wait. Let's see. I don't know how I'm doing on Apex, because I'll be giving away Apex here at the end of the 2nd hour. I've only got 7. And I'm going to need 3 of these to buy that bundle. Yeah, I've got enough to buy a bundle. I think it's only 1 per account, whereas some of these items are 1 per day. I think the big bundle is only 1 per account, and I can confirm that tonight when I get on the fresh start. So this big bundle I mean, we already know what it gives. The 3 quills, which is, like I said, 1200 XP or prestige. That's 1200. 3 of those. I mean, that's a lot of prestige saved right there. And then these decrystallization scrolls. So basically what I can do is I can take my Hiram piece here, my loot, and use the 10%. Because, see, if it gets crystallized, no problem. I just fix it. So let's try it. Ah, it crystallized right out of the gate. So what can happen there is it can do nothing. It can go up or it can crystallize, which is like a major failure. So then you can just use one of these scrolls, save myself 10,000 honor, and it's back to go. And then I can try again. I have a 5% bonus chance, so 15% chance here. And that time it didn't go up, it didn't crystallize, but it did eat my scrolls. And it cost me, what, 300 labor each time. So, you know, now I got a 10% chance. I got a 10% chance next time, plus 10%, so I'll have a 20% chance. And again, because these scrolls didn't cost me anything but, I guess, credits in a way, you know, it's safe for me to continue to try that. Pirate Singer, hey, how you doing? Broly, hey, how you doing? I had a long conversation with Broly in Discord yesterday. Sweet Tart, thank you very much for the bits. I don't know why the sound didn't go off, but thank you. I see that. Aaron, are you going for the Paul Schaefer look on my character? He does kind of got that way with this costume, right? Actually, the name September. Let me see if I can get rid of the... Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's definitely not what I wanted. I mean, put on a shirt. God bless you, man. There we go. The actual name, September, I don't think I've ever shown this, but if you're in my, if you know my icon in Discord, you will know, well, maybe you don't. You'd have to, I guess I'll just give you the where this name comes from. Let me find it on Google. Here you go. You guys ready for this? The big reveal. Where did I get my name from? Where did I get my look from? There it is. Fringe, the TV series. It ran for 5 seasons. Hey Mark, how you doing? Rip Archeage feels bad, man. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that, Mark. That is that. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Tryon lost when they lost to Villian, but they didn't lay anybody off, at least not publicly. You know, that was actually a classy move. You know, they could have took that opportunity to lay off people when they have one less game. But did everybody catch that? Everybody see the name September, the look September, everything with that? That is where the look and the name came from. September, who played I forget who played that, although I should have read that. I'm a big sci-fi fan, which is why that poll is the questions that it is. I'm a big sci-fi fan. My favorite sci-fi series is Stargate. Stargate SGU, the original. I absolutely love that series. And then, of course, I'm a big Star Trek fan, but Stargate is my number one. Also like Firefly, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, Star Wars, although there was never been like a real TV series, Star Wars. Stargate, Fringe. Man, I just love that stuff. I absolutely love that stuff. So that's where the name came from. Stargate Atlantis is high on my favorites list. Stargate SGU, Stargate Atlantis, and I even like Stargate Universe. And if you don't know, Stargate is actually launching a new series called Stargate Origins. I don't even know if they started yet. Stargate Origins is going to be a stream only, at least initially. You can go to StargateOrigins.com, sign up, like it's $8 or $10 a month, and then you get access to all the Stargate content, all the movies, the Arc of Truth, which wrapped up the Stargate SG-1, Ori, the Ori story arc. It wraps it up with the movie Stargate or the Arc of Truth. Then this new one, this Origins, is what they wanted to do for a long time, which was get a fresh cast in there that is younger. I mean, you got to Michael Shanks, Christopher Judd, Amanda Tapping, Richard Dean Anderson. All those guys, all those actors and actresses have some age on them. And as the series grows, you want to attract the youth, and youth are attracted to youth, right? So they've been for a long time wanted to, put the Stargate into a younger cast, and they finally got to do that with Stargate Origins, where they go about kind of Indiana Jones in the early 20s, 30s, where they are uncovering the Stargate for the first time. So it's essentially a prequel series to Stargate. I'm not a big fan of prequels, so I don't know. I'll give it a watch eventually, but yeah. Tryon bought Gazillion last month. Gazillion Entertainment published Marvel Heroes, right? And then that kind of folded. Tryon bought Gazillion and likely lost their investor in that is Time Warner AT&T merger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Time Warner, that thing actually hits home because around here, I live in Ohio, which is the Midwest, east part of Midwest, I guess, in the United States. And our cable company around here was Time Warner Cable. But Time Warner Cable got bought by Spectrum, which isn't Spectrum a division of Comcast or something like that? I don't know what's going on with that. But then, so I was like, okay, so Time Warner's gone. They lost their cable division. So what is AT&T actually buying? I don't know. I thought Spectrum already had it, but apparently it was only portions of it. I'm just reading chat here, so forgive the silence. I mean, I don't buy into the speculation. I don't buy into any of that speculation of Archeage. You know, look, XL and Tryon have a contract, and Tryon is the distributor for North America EU, and until XL decides otherwise, and they may not even be able to, because as far as I know, no one has ever shared the details of that contract. And if they did, it would be highly suspect anyway, unless they were a Tryon employee. But the details of that contract are unknown or known only to Tryon and XL. So there may be a stipulation in that clause where, unless there's an egregious breach of contract on one of the parts, they are stuck together for the duration of this thing. Now, XL, as XL, or the game Archeage, is doing well in other regions, and it's arguably doing well in at least somewhat well in North America EU. I mean, if you look at how much money they're making, it's not bad for a game of this size. It should be better, but it's still not bad for the game of this size. So they are making money. There's no two ways about it. If you're looking at, at least $10,000 to $20,000 if you add up all the Apex that are sold on a daily basis, that's not counting credits and patron subscriptions bought outright. So 10 to 20,000 a day. That's just that in Apex alone is $500,000 a month in this region. That's a lot of money. That's plenty enough to pay the salaries of the people that are working on this game. So that alone is taking care of it. And then, of course, you have all the credit buys, all the special buys that who knows how much is getting pumped into that. So to say that Archeage is in trouble, I think is a little premature. I look at it as more as Archeage, they lost some of their, or Tryon lost some of their portfolio with Devilian, and inevitably, unless they added a new game, which they haven't, you may argue that Defiance 2050 is a new game, but it really isn't. The team is just basically working on both of them. Rift Prime is not really a new game. It's the same game, just kind of fresh start servered. So I don't know. I mean, they did lose a game, a profit game, and they had to adapt. I mean, that's just the way I see it. It's actually doing pretty bad in RU right now. It's doing great in Korea. Okay. I'm going to kill myself in AA. Poof. Alright, I want to talk about some investments. I mean, alright guys, so we started looking at the beginning. Hold on, what time is it? Where does my uptimer go? Ah, shit. I lost my uptimer. Oh, no. It's just moved. Alright, so we got Raffles coming up here in 15 minutes. Sorry about that. I didn't set the timer earlier. We got busy chatting, as I tend to do. Raffles are in 15 minutes. We've got the Tryon creator codes, which are the Vero weapon skins, as well as Apex to give away. 15 minutes on that. So investments. I want to shift the focus to investments. So one of the things that I told people to invest in my video, I didn't say invest in it, but I said the demand is going to go up. Copper and silver. So how did I do? So first of all, I bought the silver at around 17 silver per ore, and I bought the copper around 75 silver per ore. Now we're just a couple days into this silver crate craze. So how am I doing? Doubled my money on the silver ore, 17 silver. It's at 35, so that's double. Doubled on the silver. The silver I didn't want to invest too much in because I really felt like the demand was going to be on the copper. How about copper? Not doing as good on that. 1 gold 10 and at around 80 silver per. I've made just as much money on the copper. 30 no. I made about 30 silver on the copper per copper ore and 17 silver on the silver, but percentage wise I've doubled my money in the silver, but only did about 50% bonus right now. My question is the amount of copper coming into the game gonna continually keep up with the demand? I mean, I would think at some point there's just not enough miners. I mean, you think about it, you can literally go out and get 200 crates an hour on the legacy servers. Not that not as much on the fresh starts because of gear score and levels and stuff like that. But you can get 200 crates every hour indefinitely, as long as you want to do it on the legacy servers. So as that being the case, the problem with the copper is you're basically gated by the amount of labor you have. Aaron, what do you say about my 4 days worth of progress and grinding, so my gear that I have right now? I think you're doing very well, Broly, and you kind of got lucky because I had to grind GHA. Let's pray the Arcage servers will stay forever. I think Arcage is going to be around at least, they've got at least until this year, at least another 6 months. And at which point I think they've got to make some big decisions. XL does, but we'll see. Jin Dragon says, Arid, I don't think the supply can meet the demand for copper. That's what I thought. And I'm surprised that the copper ore hasn't went up more than it already has. Craven says, most miners slow down since the value for the stone dropped dead. Right. But it all, you know, I wish that I continually monitored like 5,000 labor. Like, what does 5,000 labor mean to miners? Right now, the stone goes down, the iron went up, now the copper ore is way up, the silver ore is up, the archeum ore is up, the gold ore is not so much up, and gems aren't so much as up, but diamonds are still like 10 gold if you get lucky and get them. I mean, unless you're on Fresh Start where diamonds are like 20, 25 gold. I mean, it becomes more of like the fortune veins become like the jackpot veins, you know, especially if you get like archeum and then you get a pure archeum ore where you get 9 plus, 1 to 3. So you can get up to 10, 12 archeum ores if you get really lucky. And that being the case, that's like a jackpot, and that's just mining. Cheryl 28, that's what happens. Copper will not follow the grinding. The grinding will follow the copper price, right? When the copper flow over the silver profit, people will lose the hunger to grind. Yeah, but see, so what's happening is at least a lot of people are going to be killing some of those mobs no matter what. And there's going to be some demand for the continually people killing the Kraken, the Red Dragon, Glen and Mina, As people raids continually do those, there's going to be some demand to make the gold keys, because those gold crates, from what I'm seeing, are pretty amazing. Gold crates only drop tier 2 lunarite. And so you're going to need copper keys to make the silver keys, and the silver keys to make the gold keys. And long haul trade packs are dead, so people are going to switch to mining. Shoot who, the silver crates are cheap because so many copper is the bottleneck because of the keys. Right. Thunderdash, can you still get Apex for Patron by doing the alt thing on EU mining? Yeah, absolutely you can. I just did 5,000 labor on one of my characters, and I got, I think it was 60 copper ores, and I did get some Archeage ore and silver ore. The 60 copper ore over there, that was like that was on the fresh start, so it was worth more. It was like 120 gold. It was a significant amount. You could easily get your patron just by doing mining, if you can, if you can tolerate mining. It's still good. It's still good. Mining is still good. You don't get as much for the stone and the iron, but you make up for it with the archeum and the copper and silver. I think one thing that really did take a hit, though, is the unidentified ore pouches. I talked about that in one of my videos, because if you can't spend with the prices of this copper ore on Legacy, you can't spend 9 gold to open up one of those pouches. And that's bare minimum, That's not counting the labor it takes to craft the copper ingots. I mean, the ore sorter just costs too much. I think they need to reduce the recipe on the ore sorter to 1 copper ingot, and they also should put like 5 copper ore or something like that in the first tier of the pouch. That will help. That's my suggestion. Swizzard says, XL Games says they got more money from the investors. They have Japan, Taiwan, and Russia. Yeah, so you've got Arcades China. I mean, just look at the costume or the portraits. You have a Chinese, a Japanese, a Taiwan, Korean, North American, EU, and Russia. So that's 6 different publishers that are working with XL Games. So they've got money coming in from all sorts of avenues. Yeah, so that's going on. I'm out of Awakening Scrolls. That sucks. I'm going to have to do my dailies. I've already done my dailies today on September. Or have I? I forget. Let me go look. Pretty sure I have. I've been trying to do those because even though September on a Legacy server, I already have a full set of Tier 5 Epic Epic Obsidian. I'm going to be switching to Hiram because, yeah, I've already done it. Otherwise, the quest guy would be ready. When they go to Tier 3 Hiram, I mean, that's where it's at. The grind is going to be real. And thankfully, at least by having the obsidian gear, it won't, you know, I can grind pretty reliably. I don't know, something to do. It's not exactly the content I wanted, but it is content. I mean, look, you know, as a player of the game, I always want more stuff. More stuff, but, you know, you take what you get. And you know what? I said this in Discord to Broly. You know, the thing about this, the Hiram gear, is if you just started playing, or if Archeage didn't have any other way to gear up, the Hiram gear thing is not a bad thing. The problem that Archeage has is because they offer ways to buy the crafted gear, essentially. The pay-to-win avenue. That's what ruins the Hiram grind. If everybody had to do it, and every character, you know, had to grind Hiram, then it would become, you know, who put the most effort into it. And it becomes a matter of how much time you spend on your character, not how much money you spent. But because there is because there are two different paths, it allows for people to come in and say, hey, you know, here's $5,000. Let me get a full set of this. Let me get a full set of that. That's what kind of kills it. Japan just released the Fresh Start servers. A lot of people are playing. That's good to know. Sparks is grounded. Sorry I'm late. Sparks, you missed the farewell to Muzzy. Yes, you did. Had to give my lizard his meds. Oh, wow. That's the Archeage paradox. That's true, right, Broly? Allosaurus. I probably butchered that name. Arid, since you're on the subject of economics, in your opinion, what are the best trade runs after the update, West and East? I honestly get asked trade run stuff so much that I've got to do a video on it. But when I say I got to do a video, that means I don't know. Because I don't know. I have to research it. And I have not yet done that. Honestly, trade runs is something that I don't like to do. That being said, I understand that a lot of people do it. And a lot of people rely on trade runs. And I need to cover it. I need to bone up on that subject. Villanelle to Yinister on war. That's advice from Cheryl. Broly says do charcoal. You guys also, when you're talking about trade runs, there's a difference between trade runs on the Fresh Start and Legacy. Charcoal's worth double what it is on Legacy that it is on Fresh Start. Lunessa, hey, how you doing? I saw that was it a resub today? Thank you for that. And how you doing? But Lunessa says C runs. Yeah. We've got Raffles coming up here in 10 seconds. That's why I'm just taking it easy here. Car is a good investment. Car will get you that bonus.
Mamma mia, that's some spicy meatball.
Because cars are so fast, you can move multiple trade packs quickly and get that freshness bonus on trade packs. I think the car trade runs is actually a thing. In a week, once trade runs get all sorted out, I feel charcoal would be 2 times the gold. Yeah, all right. let's do some raffles. Did I close that window? Please tell me I didn't close that window. I didn't. Okay. All right, we're going to be doing a couple raffles. The raffles that we have available today. We're going to be doing a Vero weapon skin. This is available for the Fresh Start or the Legacy servers. You get a code which will allow you to pick which weapon skin you would like. Pretty much every weapon type is available. And we're also going to be giving away an Apex out of my stash on the Fresh Start as well as the Legacy servers. More on the Apex raffle here in a minute. But we're going to fire up the Vero weapon skin raffle. And that is available to Fresh Start and Legacies as well. This comes to you as a code, so you know if you're interested in winning the Vero weapon skin, let me get you over here to that. The Vero weapon skin raffle is keyword Vero. V-E-R-O. If you guys would like to win a Vero weapon skin, the keyword is Vero. V-E-R-O. Vero. The way these are my raffles, not try-on raffles. So there's a couple special things going on. First of all, you can win one of each prize. So you can win the Vero weapon skin, and you can win the Apex. You can win them both. You can win one of each per stream. Subscribers of my channel do get a double entry, 2 times luck, being a subscriber here on the channel. So thank you very much for that. Small little bonus for being a subscriber here. You also get a special Discord channel where I give you advice like invest in copper, invest in silver before I do a video. So you can stock up first. All right, the Vero weapon skin, we're going to be rolling it when that timer, the up timer in the upper right-hand corner gets to 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds. So you got 1 minute left. 1 minute for the Vero weapon skin, V-E-R-O. 40 people in it. You know what? We're going to give away 2 Vero skins this hour. We're going to give away 2 this hour. So 2 winners. There's 40 people in there, so you got to give people what they want. Broly just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for that. I don't know why my Twitches, my Streamlab alerts aren't going off. Thank you, Broly. Can I replay that? It's not even replaying when I click replay. All right, we're rolling. We're rolling in 3 seconds. We got 2 winners coming up. Good luck, everybody. The first winner is Notorious XL. Congratulations. Thank you for that follow as well. Notorious XL, you have won yourself a Vero weapon skin. Vero skin. Oops. Well, that's partly right. All right, we got 1 more winner coming up. Good luck, everybody. Lunessa, that subscriber is paying off. Thank you very much for being a subscriber, and congratulations. You have won yourself a Vero weapon skin. I don't know how I got 2 of those. All right, next up is the Apex. We're going to go ahead and reset this. All right, the Apex raffle is active. The keyword is Apex. Spark says, I'm sorry I missed Muzz send-off. I decided to do that. That is too bad, but you can watch this stream on video on demand, as well as it'll be on YouTube later. As everybody's already figured out, the keyword for the Apex raffle is Apex. I'm so original. Give those subscribers double chances. There we go. How do you like that, 09 Clarky? Your name always appears on the top here. It's hard for me to miss you. You know, have you ever been in someone's stream and although you have not said anything, they say your name and you're like, what's going on? Or like, I was just trying to lurk and you called me out. That happens a lot in one of the guys I follow. He's constantly watching who's in his channel. When he sees new names pop up, he says, I don't know necessarily if that's a good thing. Because I'm just trying to lurk. ADMF 97, thank you very much for the follow. My Twitch alerts aren't going off. Sparks, thank you very much for the bits. 100 bits, thank you, Sparky. I'm gonna go see what's going on in Streamlabs right now. I've had this problem before. Apex Raffle is live. I need to describe that so you guys know the deal. Let me see what's going on. Twitch alerts. I'll see if the test alerts at least work. There's an arid.
Want some of this? Then you know what to do, dog.
Yeah, so they are working from Streamlabs.com, but they are not working through the alert box. Let me try to restart that. We'll roll that Apex here in just a second. Let's see if I can give Sweet Tart 5 bits as well. There we go. I got the replay working. Here's everybody that needs the proper thank yous.
Want some of this?
There it is.
Then you know what to do, dog. Bust a move.
There you go. Proper thank you to Broly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to roll right after I get through these. Sparks, thank you very much for the 100 bits. All right. At least that's somewhat working there. We got that going again. Fix that. So here's the deal with the Apex, my friends. The Apex, the way that those are given out is I have Apex on the Nui server, Fresh Start. So if you're Ezzy Fresh Start, you need to make a character on the Nui server. Everything else is on the Thunderwing or the Retribution servers. So if you're on Legacy, EU, and you don't have a character on the Retribution, make one. Or you can make one on the Thunderwing, and I can mail you the Apex. It's as easy as making a character. Tell me their name. I'll mail you the Apex. All you have to do is run to a mailbox and pick it up. It is that easy. So everybody that has at least a character slot open, if you're not on one of those servers, is eligible. Well, everybody is eligible. But not everybody can collect, I guess. All right, I think that's enough time. We've got 50 people in there. That's a good solid number for an Apex raffle. Good luck, everybody. The Apex is going to Brandon on Davy. Or Brand on Davy. One of those two. Brandon Davy. Brandon Davy or Brand on Davy, congratulations. You tell me which one is the correct termination, correct way to say it, and I will say it wrong forever. Brandon Davy or Brandon Davy, congratulations. You have won yourself an Apex. Woohoo! And so everybody that's won something from me, you will get your information at the end of the stream. We've got one more hour of Archeage to go, and I think I am going to hop over to the Nui server. Let me get that fired up. Wow, got a collection of you, everybody here on charcoal will be too cheap. You think charcoal's going to go down on Shoot Who thinks? Shoot Who, you think the charcoal on the legacy servers is going to go down? I mean, I think it will go down a bit because of the DGS, but not that much. I mean, we're consistently using over 50,000 charcoal a day. That's a lot of charcoal. Oh, you in 5.0. Ah, I see. And if you guys are wondering, I'm reading chat in game. So if you're wondering where people are talking, I was reading chat in game. Craven says in Korea it only went down to 3 gold, so that's only 1 gold cheaper than it is now. That's not that much. Brandon Davy, oh what? You won. You won an Apex. And I was trying to figure out how to say your name. It's either Brand on Davy or Brandon Davy. That's the problem with words that are multiple, you know, when you put multiple words. Like last week it was One Eye Rodin, and it was like Oneer, I forget, Dan, after I actually looked at the name. I just completely had everything wrong. Continually getting things wrong. I think that's the beauty of me pronouncing names. I'm always going to get it wrong. So this is Arid. This is September on the Fresh Start server. I'm going to go back to Legacy here in just a minute, or just a bit. But I want to talk a little bit about how September is doing. That is the wrong button here. Okay. I'm going to go back to Legacy here in just a second, guys, but I want to talk about how my September character is doing on the Nui server. First of all, I play on both servers, actually every day, both servers. That makes it difficult to, you know, like if I'm farming gear on the Legacy, that means I'm not farming it on the Fresh Start and vice versa. But how am I doing? Well, as some of you may know that have been in my channel a while, one of the things that I did do is I did go full GHA. I felt like that was the right thing to do. And, well, you know, I've retired my GHA gear. So here's all my GHA gear. I got most all of it to Celestial, one piece at Divine. And that's the end of it. It's in my bag. Since then, I have switched over to the Hiram gear. Full set of Hiram gear. I've got a Celestial one-hander Tier 1. Tier 1. Everything's Tier 1, by the way. Celestial Shield, Celestial Instrument. And then a full set at Unique of the armor with 2 pieces being Celestial. I play an Archer. And then for my bow, I got really, really lucky, and I got a GHA bow to Legendary. The DPS on the Legendary with the temper is 390, so it's going to take a hell of a bow to replace that, although the Tier 2 Hiram will do that. It's just, that's a lot of XP to get a Divine Hiram bow. It's already at Celestial. I just haven't had any luck with getting it to awaken yet. Arid, I use a Missong Legendary bow. On the fresh start? Really? Do you already have a Legendary Missong? What was I doing? I was looking for the encyclopedia. I think I looked at that. So, the Tier 1 bow, let's see, Legendary. Pop-ups, I can't read. 300, oh wow. 491 for the Missong bow. That's pretty good, Legendary, and you can temper that. Man, the Tier 2, 542 if you can get it to Legendary. Damn, that's a good bow. The Hiram, which will never get there, the most you can get out of it is 490 DPS, which is 100 above what I have, which is why I was going for it. But I kind of like the Missong bow. At Divine, it's basically as good as my bow is right now, and that's untempered. And then you can go Tier 2, and that's a hell of a better bow. And it has a free dropback on it. Damn. 45-second dropback. You get a 9-meter teleport backwards and summons a Wraith Carver, which explodes and deals blah 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 magic damage. That's a pretty good bow, man. But it'd be expensive. I gotta find a group to do Missong, man. I gotta find a group to do Missong on Legacy. Or on Fresh Start. Fresh Start has a few legendary Missongs already. Man, I need to get on that. You guys have probably already got your clicks. Child of Grey, Missong regrade is a hell of a grind now. What I heard is you use Serpentis weapons. That's what you need to be doing. And honestly, if you do Serpentis with a group that just lets you roll on all the weapons, it won't take that long. It took me 13 Divines and 1 Epic Serp Bow and 280 gold to get Legendary. Damn. Brandon Davey, is there Obsidian gear on the Fresh Start? Haven't played it? No. And likely never will be. Sweetheart, use the MS drops for feeding. They are 8k XP. Yeah. It's really, you just gotta keep doing Missong. That's all there is to it. Arcane Serpentis weapon is 3,000 XP. Divine is 50,000. Epic to legendaries 342,000. Thank you very much. That's good to know. I need to dive into that and do some charts. What time is it? Oh, it's I started an hour early because of Tryon host today. So what I was hoping is that the server reset, because I want to see, as you guys know, I said earlier that I spent $100 for credits on the fresh start, mainly to get this thing, and also buy this other stuff. But I was hoping for the server reset so I could see if I can get another one of these. I'm pretty confident that you can't. Somebody's already told me you can't. I think it was Broly, but I want to see for myself. Like, you can't do it. And I actually, as much as I want this thing, I actually hope that you can't buy another one. Sarid, Arid, yeah, what's going on? Oni Dizzle. You can get more than one lucky Hiram of 3K chest? I don't know. I was waiting for server reset. That's what I want to check, Kosh. I want to check after the server reset. I don't think you can, but I want to check. Can you tell Maybeth Dizzle said he loves her? Thank you. Okay. Maybeth Dizzle, own Dizzle, loves you. There you go. Shout out for you. Buy those loot drop with 50 gold twice a day, not from credits. Yeah, and I'm really proud to try on for putting these in here. I've already bought these today. I've bought everything I could buy for loot. Now that the double drop rate and the double Hiram is over, that ended on the 18th, 2 days ago, I am still grinding Hiram gear, and I'm not grinding the tier 2 mobs, the enraged abyssal mobs. I'm back to the old grind spots, and 1 hour I got 17 pieces, which is way up for me. And then the next hour I got like 14 pieces, and that was with using these 60% loot pots. It's still going to be a grind for me. That's why, you know, I bought those credits, man. It's I don't know. It's anything I can get to help, I want it. Give me help. It's just because I'm playing on 2 servers. Like, if you play only on the Fresh Start server and you have the time, you know, you can refrain from buying this. Because I'm in 2 places at once, I feel like I got to spend a little money to keep caught up. And I appreciate your guys' support. You know, it allows me to do those kind of things. Never mind, she's AFK. No, you have to clip it. Clip it when I said shout out, and it'll also be on YouTube, so you could timestamp it and send her a link. I will buy the 50 packs every day, so will I. The enraged monster Hiram infusions are a better drop rate, I think. I don't think so. So when I go out and I do my dailies for the Awakening Scrolls in Exalock and Sun Gold Fields, I've only gotten like 1 infusion out of 100 mobs. It's not very good for me, and there's a lot of people out there. Maybe like in wait, what's the other? Yeah, those are the only 2 places you can find the enraged mobs. I don't know. I haven't had good luck. And those mobs are annoying as all hell to kill. You know, you got the mages and their archers, which they don't want to group up. I guess if you're a melee, it's not that bad for you, but as a mage, they suck. Thing on Hiram infusion farming is this just to get scrolls, yeah. So you get the scrolls, which are really crappy drop rate compared to the infusions. going to go ahead and set the raffle timer, which I forgot to do. There we go. I'm setting it at 35 minutes. That's going to put us at the 3-hour mark on the up timer. We'll do the raffles and we'll end the stream. So we got another 35 minutes to go. Does anybody have any topics you want me to cover? Anything else that's on your mind? I mean, right now the Hiram and the larceny crates is the kind of the big thing happening in game. The big news with the Tryon doing a round of layoffs, and we've already kind of discussed that. And Muzzy moving on to do his tabletop passion, which is really kind of neat. I mean, if you watch Muzzy and his streams, he's designed his own board games. I mean, it's just crazy. He's learned so much just for that passion, like how to do 3D art and all the things that he's done. It's really neat. Like a lot of the stuff that he does, I don't even. He knows coding, he knows websites, he knows so much about the gaming industry, the tech industry, and to think that he was only the community manager, crazy. We did a Kraken raid yesterday on Ezzy. Didn't manage to kill it because of a lot of guilds are griefing and salty. Why am I not allowed to use the beer tub behind you? Child of Grey, if you're on... let's just go back. I think everybody's over there. Let's go back to the... I guess I can talk from either server. I just wanted to show everybody what I'm doing on the fresh start. We're going back to Thunderwing. Why you can't use this is because it's on private property. This was actually given to me by Topic, who has our fellowship out here. I didn't even know these were in the game. Like, I didn't even know they existed. But they're very cool. I would have to put my property on open to public. There you go. Now you should be able to use it. I don't have anything planted. I do sometimes use this property to plant things. That's why I've left it on family. Bro, how do you tier up Hiram gear? Can you make... you tier up Hiram gear basically by grinding more Hiram gear, right? I've got a lot of videos on that. That was for wax. Wax? You can type... how'd that work? How did you, how were you able to attack me in a festival? That's interesting. Festival is not working. I mean, it says right here, festival. Oh, a Dominion? What? You didn't notice the Dominion? Oh, someone Dominioned us? I wouldn't be surprised if... Well, Nakama's not usually... So, Black Shields has Dominioned us. Okay. Oh, that's Lenora. Lenore, I'm sorry. You Dominioned us. How dare you! Graven... Yeah, they were messing with me. Yeah, so back to the Hiram. There's a couple of videos on my YouTube channel. If you have not been there, I don't know what you've been doing. You can check out my YouTube channel. I've got 3-ish videos about Hiram gear. I didn't talk anything about the current cash shop options because that just popped up yesterday. But there are some cash shop options to work on Hiram gear as well. Kind of figured like that was coming. So anyway, I'll ask The Death of Sunken Ships. That's by Jerry. Yeah, so Sunken Ships, honestly, someone else has already worked out the math, and I kind of wanted to do that myself. What is the silver to labor ratio? I asked Mac to help me on the PTS because I wanted to do a video on that, and I still do. To see what the silver to labor ratio is for, like, I want to do a couple sunken ships on the PTS, get all the packs, get all the labor, get all the costs for crafting the recovery pouches, look at it with using the sub. I mean, you got to have a sub if you're doing it. You don't have to, but otherwise you're going to be wasting a lot more labor than you're used to. You need to get a sub, then to do a sunken ship. And what is the silver to labor ratio? Somebody's already did a preliminary evaluation, and it's still like 20 silver per labor point, 15 to 20. It's hard to complain about that kind of silver to labor ratio, right? I mean, given the fact that larceny, the crates are pretty much nerfed to all hell. Mysterious Garden Powder is very, very much more prevalent. So if you're opening crates for Mysterious Garden Powder, this has actually gone up a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say it was 1 gold earlier today. I looked earlier and it's 1 gold per Mysterious Garden Powder. And now it's up to almost 3 gold, but I think someone's playing the markets there. That's Legacy Stirrer. On Fresh Start, I told you I was going to give you a tip. Let me just go back there real quick to ruin that market for anybody that doesn't believe me. I'm going to switch back to Fresh Start for just a second. Alright, this is something I haven't told anybody, and if you've already figured this out on your own, I apologize in advance, but here we go. So, the Mysterious Garden Powder. It's averaging 35 silver per, okay? 35 silver per. I want to look up Moonlight Arceum Dust. This is actually higher than it's normally. Around 15 silver per was what it was yesterday. Okay, so take the 15 silver for the Moonlight Arceum Dust. Take the 35 silver for the Mysterious Garden Powder. 55 silver. With that 55 silver and 5 labor points, you can do this. You can go to an Arceum bench. Alchemy bench. Wait. There it is. And you can craft this recipe, the Mysterious Garden Powder conversion. You can craft 30 lunarite with basically 50 silver in materials. What is 30 lunarite worth? Good question. 9 silver each. It was actually 10 silver, so it's down to 9 silver. Somebody's already figured this out. But anyway, 9 silver each. 9 times 30 is 2.4 gold. For 50 silver, that's a Basically a 2 gold profit for 5 labor points. Market ruined. You're welcome. Sorry, anybody else that is looking into that. But yeah, so you can do that right here, right now on the Fresh Start servers. You can invest 50 silver and make 2 gold for 5 labor points. That's 50 silver per labor point, or 40 silver per labor point. I did a couple stacks of that. Let me get you Gen Dragon. Permit. If I can spell that right. There you go, Jen. You can link now. Stream Elements and Nightbot. I gotta get rid of one of those guys. I thought I got rid of Stream Elements already, but I haven't done that yet. The Sunkens are done with 230k exploration. Jen just didn't want to post that link, huh? I don't know what link you're going to post, Jen, but there you go. You're permitted. Everybody that's hanging out, thank you very much for hanging out. We got Raffles coming up here in 23 minutes. And that will also be the end of the stream. And I will go get breakfast. Literally, I just woke up right before I started streaming. Go get me some breakfast dinner. Breakfast dinner. If you guys want to talk about anything in particular, I'm happy to do so. I'm going to go back to the Thunderwing server here. I want your schedule. Yeah, that's the beauty of working at home. You got to stay on top of yourself, otherwise you don't do stuff. My hours aren't as much as they used to be, but they are. I still get by. I work enough to pay the bills. Aaron, I tagged you in Discord with the easy to read version. Okay. So Shoot Who is saying basically the sunken ships is around 26 silver per labor point. Honestly, guys, you can't complain about that kind of profit. The people that are complaining about that kind of profit, well, wait, hold on. In your calculations, Shoot Who, I am not seeing the cost of the flotation devices, the recovery pouches. That's not adding a whole lot, but it is still adding. I just noticed the blue Muzzy actually joined my Discord. Well, he had to. He had to join it to get into the voice comms. What breakfast? It's 9 a.m. here, or 1:09 a.m. That, yeah. So, Koshin LP, yeah, that is 26 silver per labor point. I mean, even if it's 20 silver per labor point. Oh, speaking of that, that's another investment that I did. Besides Besides, besides the silver and copper, I invested in braziers and Archeage trees. That one I don't suspect is going to pay off for a while. But I also did a little bit of investment in the recovery pouches. Because basically what happened with the recovery pouches is they 5 times the leather, which that alone, and then they doubled the labor cost. So, these things you could make with like 20 silver and 20 labor points before. I don't see them going up. It's going to take a while, but honestly, you know, if you're still able to make 25 silver per labor point for the sunken ships, I don't see any reason not to do them. I mean, it's not the 50 silver per labor point you were making before, but it's still good. It's still really good, honestly. When I crafted and I made 25 silver per labor point, I was happy. So, I mean, you can't be upset at that kind of silver to labor point ratio. Sunken chests are bugged on fresh start, won't spawn. Or they're just not added, right? I think somebody said they didn't add them. Somebody was telling me that they did not add the sunken treasure chest. Not the sunken ships. The sunken treasure chests, which are a completely different thing. To the unit. To the game. So Fresh Start does not have the sunken treasure chest, which actually I think is a good thing. They need to find a new way to get those items into the game. I would be okay if they never add the sunken treasure chest or the mysterious crates to the game on Fresh Start. I'm okay with that. I think he was just pointing out that the sunken chests aren't there. Yeah, they need the furniture. They need to add that kind of stuff to the game in some other fashion, like the chrome submarine drops. Perhaps put them on the, put 10 of them on jellyfish or something like that. Jellyfish are so goddamn annoying. Make a reason to kill those jellyfish. Oh, okay. Thank you, Gen Dragon. Lenori, have fun with the rest of the stream. See you around. Well, thank you very much for hanging out. We're going to be doing the raffles here in about 15 minutes for those that are still sticking here. They already removed the mysterious crates from the game on the Fresh Start. Or did they on Legacy as well? I'm okay with that. The whole thing is, like, XL needs to talk to people that know what's going on in the game. Shoot Who says the title is the most important thing from the chest. Yeah. They need to add it some other way, right? Sweet Tart says the mysterious crates are gone all over. Good riddance. Gone on Legacy for sure. Okay, well, there's many confirmations that the mysterious garden crates, the mysterious crates are removed. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, come on. You guys everybody knows that mechanic was crap, right? It was this. Even if it wasn't, even if hackers didn't hack to do that, it was a stupid mechanic where they spawn in the same spot on some interval. I mean, I don't have a problem with them giving 400 gold. I had a problem with the mechanic. If they were truly random, like they could truly randomly spawn anywhere in Aurora, and it was just completely random if you run across it, which XL is not very good about that. If they had like 400 spots on the map to where you'd basically have to run everywhere on the map to find the location, maybe. Or maybe like they would only spawn after, I don't know, a shadow invasion. Or maybe that, they were just instead of it being a chest that always had the 100% you get a mob, or 1% of the time you get a trade pack, maybe it spawned something else, like Hiram effusions or something else. I mean, I'm not opposed to the content, I'm just opposed to the mechanic of it. Because basically what happened is people figured out where they spawned, they would log an alt in, log off an alt, and then they would just log them in and like play a piano to... That was uncalled for. They would log in all their alts and check all the spawn locations, and that was it. And then if they got a trade pack, they would just log off the alt until they were safely able to run the trade pack. It was a dumb mechanic. Oh, it's actually in the patch notes. I didn't see them. Just like bosses should respawn on random timers. Yeah, I don't... Oh, man. That's interesting. That's something to think about, child. Because if the bosses like Kraken, Red Dragon, they didn't have they just randomly spawn, that would be kind of interesting. I mean, at least in our region, they would just have alts there all the time, right? Waiting. I don't know. It's at least better on the legacy servers than what we got now, where everybody knows, hey, at this day, at this time, this is going to spawn. Everybody in this player nation, guild, faction, or whatever that wants to do it, be here or you're going to miss out. That does, though, create the dynamic of the raid versus raid PvP, which people claim to love. It's kind of like the dungeon siege. I know some PvPers that were really happy about the latest dungeon sieges that happened. I don't care if it spawned every 3 hours, but make it so you could only get credits 1 time a day. Are you talking... Oh, okay. Graventhal says raid vs raid PvP is super fun as long as one group isn't too stacked. Yeah. I'd rather... Honestly, if I PvP, I'd rather do it raid versus raid than 1v1 or 2v1. Because most of the PvP that I've been involved in lately has always been the 1v1 where you're always the one getting jumped and you're always the one at the disadvantage. And that's been on the Fresh Start server. So typically what happens is I'm farming my Hiram gear, and some guy just rolls up, stun, trip, while I'm already fighting a mob that can stun, trip, and then kills you. And I don't know what they get out of that. Like, even if you enjoy that kind of thing, what could you possibly get out of it? Because you didn't prove anything to me. You didn't prove that you can kill me 1v1. You proved that you could kill me when you get the first attack and another mob's attacking me. You didn't prove anything. But that's the PvP that I've been involved in. But if I do PvP, I always appreciate the raid versus raid mechanic because you got healers. It's more dynamic. It's more interesting. That being said, I don't particularly enjoy it either. But if I had to pick one of them, I'd go raid versus raid. And that way, my suckiness could get goes into the pool of people, if you will, and I'm sure I can rely on the goodness of others and not the suckiness of myself. You're too mature to understand, Aaron. I guess. Stroking their own tiny e-peens, yeah. Shoot Who, later guys, dinner time. Thank you Shoot Who for being here all day today. Appreciate it. I'm West and the Reds always do that to me. Yeah. No, I know it goes both ways. It goes both ways, but at least on the Fresh Start servers, there's a couple people that I know that farm in the area that I do that are newy, and when I see them, I don't bother people anyway, but I know they won't bother me, so I don't have to constantly be looking over my shoulder like, is this guy gonna wait and come jump me? But it still happens. Like, some guy rolls through that's looking for logs or looking for water, and they'll roll through and see me farming Hiram, and they're like, okay, I'll kill you. And it's like, you didn't prove anything at all. And I also feel like that way for fishing, the people with the fishing poles on, and they might have a trade pack on or something, If you jump somebody in that situation, you didn't really prove anything. They're already at that disadvantage, Hey, congratulations, Mr. Dat. That was epic, or divine. Divine Ionad. Congratulations, Jeffrey Tungsten. Don't know if you're still in the channel. I know a lot of people at this time will put me on radio mode. If that's you, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for keeping my numbers up. The dream of Twitch partnership, it requires me to stream 25 hours, 12 days a month, and have an average of 75 viewers. So we're just right at that threshold right now for viewership. But, in Archeage, it's hard to manage to pull that kind of numbers. It's your second piece. Well, congratulations, Mr. Dad. I saw that. Mr. Meyer, radio mode here. Hey, man, gotta do it. I appreciate you hanging out, man. It makes me look good. We got 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes until those last raffles. We got 2 Vero weapon skins as well as an additional Apex. The last winner of the Apex, by the way, if you win the Apex, you can message me. That's Brandon Davey. Or Brand on Davey. You can message me right away in Twitch to give me your in-game name and server. That helps me. Otherwise, I have to whisper you. And I mean, I'm going to, but if you win those Apex, if you get with me quickly, I can get those Apex sent out quickly. Also, everybody last week that won an Apex came through and got delivered, so good on that. What is going on? I think I'm going to sell a stack of my silver. I don't know that silver is going to get up to any higher than it is right now, so it's the weekend. I'll take double my money on that. There we go. Kushel Slice, thank you very much for the follow. Mr. Dat, thank you for the additional bits today. You always give me a little, and I always appreciate it. Today you gave me a little more than usual. Thank you. Graventhal, just go pirate, man. Right? But fish is so profitable if you didn't catch it yourself. I know. Been there for 2 years, no one to talk to. Thank you, Notorious. I did get your whisper. I will give those at the end of the stream. Usually within like a couple hours of the end of my stream, which will be here shortly, I will get all those codes sent out. The Apex requires communication from you to me, so I know which server you're on and what your character name is. So that's why I mentioned that specifically. But if you win the Vero skin, yeah, you can reach out to me as well for the whisper. But usually I'll just send those straight out. I don't need you to say anything to get you that code. Bits, more bits. Sweet Tart, 70 bits. Man, you're going ham. Thank you very much. So Sparks is grounded, Jeffrey Tungsten, Mr. Dat, and Sweet Tart maintaining that lead. Thank you. You're very welcome, Notorious. Hillermancy, I've always wanted to be a pirate in Archeage, but I don't PvP well enough, and they don't really like Care Bears. It's a tough life being a pirate Care Bear. Pirate Care Bears? What? Is that an oxymoron? I'm a Care Bear. I went pirate for the land.
That's right.
Centauros, $5 donation. Thank you, Centauros. Wow, you guys are being very kind to me today. Thank you, Centauros. You know that's right. How do you like that? How do you like that? That's Dooley Hill from. Well, he was in West Wing, but he's in one of my favorite shows, Psych. That's him. You know that's right. If there's a healthy pirate population, Grailgate is hilarious. Yeah, I went pirate for the Grailgate land. I guess pirate fishing. I mean, you got those fishing nodes out there, and like not a lot of people actually hang. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe people pick on pirates. I don't know. I mean, you've got that whole, you know, this whole area. You know, and, you know, there's no Nui, there's no Harani. I mean, you got that whole area kind of to yourself out there. Maybe you could be a Care Bear pirate. So if you're a pirate, this is how much I know about pirate. If you're a pirate, can you attack other pirates without crime points and stuff? A lot of sunken spawn right next to Grailgate, so turn is easy peasy. Yeah, the other place is kind of Yenistir is kind of good. I mean, there's some out in this area, and if you don't want to go to Friedrich, you could go to Yenistir. Child of Grace says, yes, you can. So you can attack other pirates that are not in your guild. You can bloodlust with no penalty. Ah. So if you wanted to be a Care Bear pirate, the other pirates would have to accept you for who you are. Otherwise, that would be a rough life. going into radio mode PvE time. Well, the stream's about to end. We're going to do Raffles, and that's it. But thank you very much for letting me know, sweetheart.
Mamma mia, that's some spicy meatball.
All right, that sound means it is time for the Raffles and the end of the stream. Man, it's been a... Actually, today, although I did get a little repeaty there for a bit, but it actually went really quick. Like, for me, the first hour just flew by with Muzzy and the Raffles. Man, that was super quick. Woof. But speaking of Raffles, let's go ahead and do it. I got my window up, so let's go back to Raffle mode. We're going to give away 2 Vero weapon skins first. Vero weapon skins are a code, which will be sent to you in Twitch Whispers, and it gives you a weapon skin of your choice. So if you would like to win the Vero weapon skin, all you have to do is type Vero2, V-E-R-O, and the number 2. That's all one word. That is the keyword. Yeah, that's me. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The keyword for the Vero weapon skins is Vero2. Subscribers of this channel do get a double entry in all my raffles that I can give it to you. If you have not won a Vero weapon skin from me today, you are eligible. And the only 2 people that aren't eligible would be Lunessa and Notorious XL. If they happen to win, I'll just re-roll it. Heads up, everybody. 2 weapon skins, because I didn't give away one the first hour. Hopefully next month we'll get some new Tryon creator codes. Niver put out a request for the Goblin Glider, but that was just in the cash shop, so I don't think that's likely to happen. But hey, you never know. The Vero weapon skin, we're going to roll that at uptime 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds. So you got about 1 minute and 15 seconds to get in it. Please do so if you'd like to win that Vero weapon skin. The keyword, once again, is Vero2, or just follow the leaders in chat. They know what they're doing. Remember, this is a code, so if you've already used this on your account, you can't use another one, so you can't use a bunch of them. But you do have friends in game, I hope, or guild mates that you can give this to. And if you're lucky enough to win. And besides that, if you don't have guild mates or friends, somebody else in this channel may become yours if you happen to win it and give it to them. But winners will get the code regardless. We're rolling here in 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Oh, you can use multiple codes per account? Well, they never let you do that. They never used to let you do that. I haven't tried. There we go. All right, we got 2 winners coming up. The first winner of the Vero weapon skin is Rusix. Congratulations. Alarius. Congratulations. You won yourself a Vero weapon skin. I will whisper you that code in Twitch within a couple hours. I'm going to go get dinner and then whisper those codes out. And we have one more winner. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be you? Let's find out. It's Lunessa again, but he can't win because he's already won. So, man, rigged. So we get to re-roll that. The second winner is going to be K Freeman 88. Congratulations, K Freeman 88. you have won yourself a Vero weapon skin, courtesy of myself and the Try-On Creator Program. Kai Freeman 88. Okay. Now, the big prize. The big prize for this hour is an Apex. Thank you very much, everybody, for your support in bits, subscriptions, and money. $10 in donations, straight up donations today. It's been I was actually looking at that today, and I have not had a direct monetary donation since April. And I do this every week. But most people are choosing to subscribe or use bits, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everybody, even those that can't donate, that are just here to hang out. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go to the Apex giveaway. And if you guys would like to win an Apex on the Fresh Start or the Legacy servers, servers are Nui, Thunderwing, or Retribution. Retribution and Thunderwing are your Legacy servers. You have to make a character there if you don't have one to pick it up. If you're on the Fresh Start servers, you have to make a character on the Nui server to pick up an Apex there. The keyword, as everybody has figured out, is just Apex. Apex is the keyword. The keyword Apex, A-P-E-X, $10 token for 1,250 credits for your account. Apex, A-P-E-X. When that timer gets to 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 20 seconds, we're going to roll. It's about 40 seconds away. APEX, keyword for the Apex raffle. You do have to come to me. It's much easier for everybody to come to me than it is for me to go to you. Because I cannot possibly have characters on every server. Not only would the characters be hard, but make an Apex on every server. That would be even more difficult. Alright, we got about 5 seconds left. Apex! And remember, you do have to respond to my Twitch whispers if you are a winner. Good luck, everybody. The Apex is going to Murs. Murs _ congratulations, you have won yourself an Apex. And you just followed me today. Wow. Thank you for the follow and congratulations on the Apex win. It pays to play. It pays to play. All right, so let's go ahead and do the wrap up. The first hour we talked about the Try-On situation with them laying off employees. Muzzy leaving the company. We had Muzzy in the channel and we said goodbye as a community to him. We also gave away some Try-On exclusive codes that hour for not only Arcane packs, but as well as the new costume. I'm sorry, Gin Dragon, you didn't win it. I know you really wanted it. Also, Brawley told me he really wanted it. Sorry you guys weren't lucky enough to win that, but those were the Try-On exclusive prizes. And then the second hour, we talked a little bit about the Hiram gear. We talked a little bit about my character September on Thunderwing, as well as my character September on the Nui server. Today, what has happened? Oh, I was looking for my tab. It's already here. We had a lot of new followers. Thank you, everybody, for all the follows. Sweet Tart, Mr. Dat, and Sparks is Grounded, and Ken Terry, Gen Dragon. I think I've got everybody for the bits. Thank you very much for those bits. Also, try on Brasse Dwarf. I always want to say Brasse. You get it. Brass Dwarf as well as Sindoros. Thank you very much both for the $5 donations. And the subs. Luciferian Tyang. Oh, Lucifer Tyang. Thank you very much for the sub. Child of Grey. Thank you very much for the sub. Sabbath Vega. Thank you very much for the resub. Jeffrey Tungsten. It's a sub, but it's a resub. Thank you very much for that. Hillermancy, thank you very much for the sub. And that is it. If I didn't get you, it's not on purpose. Oh, Lunessa, resub. And that is it. So thank you, everybody. That support is very, very much appreciated. I really, really appreciate it. You guys all hung out all day today. All you guys that are in the chat, just for being here and chatting helps me. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to run the credits, and then I'm going to go get some dinner, and then I'm going to give out these codes. So all you winners that are popped up on this list, Notorious, Lunessa, Alisaris, Kieferman, Brandon Davey, and Mers, hang tight. I will whisper you here within just an hour, maybe a couple hours at the most, and we'll get those codes given out ASAP. So thank you very much for being here today. It's time to roll credits. And until next time, this is September saying be well. Well, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you all have found this both helpful and informative. That is the goal. Special thanks to Al Hassan Mohammed on YouTube and Vibes Guys on Facebook for both this intro and outro music. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. Links will be in the video description. If you'd like to support my work, you can do so by becoming a Patreon, a subscriber on Twitch, or direct donations are accepted through Streamlabs. I'd like to thank my current Patreon, Umokon Onal, for the continued support. You rock. Also, big shout out to my Twitch subs who make every Friday the bright spot of my week. And finally, I'd like to thank the wonderful supporters who have donated to me over the years: Riot Devil, Mac, Cassandra, Elder, and Wicked Babe. Until next time, this is September saying be well.